On top of that fun ball. If you're the type to believe in omens, well, this is a very worrying start to this game.
They'll run here on first down. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Back to the well again. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Devin Lloyd on the tackle.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars will take over as this gets brought out to the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I'm not sure that deficit's going anywhere anytime soon. If anything, this is a defense that sees their offense creating not a ton of separation on the board, knowing they've got to shoulder the load. And sacks like that go a long ways towards doing it.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Another try following the sack. The throw finds Evan Ingram. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Blown back gets the handoff. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. They kick the running back in motion.
11.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Complete out to the right. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's buckled up at the line. No progress on 1st down, and they'll bring up 2nd and 10. It's working from the gun. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. Touchdown, Jacksonville! The Jaguars pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
That one right down the middle. And the Jaguars tie this game 7-7. The Jaguars ready to send this downfield, and away it goes. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. There's a give up the middle. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. We're back, and it is Broncos football as we resume. They have second and pretty long here. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Touchdown, Denver! The Broncos take a second quarter lead. Kicking team out to try the extra points. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Broncos break that tie and now lead by 7. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. On the return, it's Kendre Miller. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down. give it to him. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's a Jaguar first down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a third down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Slot man motioned over. They give it to him again. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Drew Sanders that time on the stop. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Another carry for him. He gets forward, next about 4 yards. Devin Witherspoon there on the stop.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on third down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Broncos bringing out an extra DB. Third down coming up. Out of the gun, Lawrence. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Devin White makes the play. And the Broncos will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Worked through his progression, nobody available, and by the time he checked it down to the back, oh, you could almost see it coming. A defender there to intercept it.
Because those defenders have clocks too. I mean, we get so enamored talking about a quarterback's clock, but defenders do as well, and they know when that quarterback's holding the ball and holding the ball, likely a check down is coming. That is just smart defensive play.
Simple dive up the middle. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. That was Jonathan Allen on the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Locates a couple of yards through that chaos. That was Jonathan Allen on the tackle.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
From the gun on third down. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. And they really went for it on third down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. Nearly an interception on that play. And 4th and 4 coming up. They're going for this. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Man in motion out of the slot. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he gets it forward and still about a yard out of that. Drew Sanders that time on the stop. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Escapes out to the left. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
That's just a total team effort right there, Kate. Defense was relentless on that play. Some of them chased him from the pocket. The others, well, they took away the easy throwing lane, and it really influenced that incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and that's 3rd down. From the shotgun, Lawrence has him on the quick hitter. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. He's keeping it. He's going for it. And he will get the first as they touch him down.
So simple, yet so hard to defend, Kate. They line up, they play smash mouth, and they get the first down.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. The Jaguars in need of some points before the break. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Got him in. It's Thomas. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars earn the chance to tie before halftime. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Kicking team on to try the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars tie things up at 14. The Jaguars ready to send this downfield, and away it goes. Here's White on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. He's on the move. Still on the move, throwing down the right sideline. He's got it deep downfield. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Completed to his running back. And he works this to the 38 before going down. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. They'll try and throw it here. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get two hands on it and take it the other way.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Pass play now. A desperate heave here for 6. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect to extend the drive. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. He even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
2nd and 3 now. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. Short pass brought in. And he's out of bounds after getting across the 45. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10. It's Lawrence. He completes it in traffic. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Throwing from the gun here. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Sticking in the air with Lawrence. And he will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars take the lead just before halftime. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. Extra point attempt coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7. The Jaguars ready to send this downfield, and away it goes. Here's White on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The clock reads 24 seconds now as the final drive of this half begins.
2 yards on this play.
Airing it out to start this drive. He had it for a moment, but a complete defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And now it's 2nd down. Throwing now from the gun. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. That's complete inside the 35. direction of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. To the air now on 1st and 10. That'll be incomplete, and the clock shows 10 seconds left.
That was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Taking a big shot for the end zone. And oh, he got it! Interception! Picked off by Andre Sisco.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
And he found some running room for a nice gain. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Return coming from the 14. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. Gets everything he has under this throw. That's complete inside the 35-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You've got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
They'll try and punch it in. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, they still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Lawrence throwing here. And he scores. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars grow the lead coming out of halftime. Brian Thomas Jr., the touchdown. If you're going to complete that one successfully, Brock, you need the perfect throw, just the right touch, and you also need a guy who can go up and get it just like that.
Yeah, need to be able to muscle somebody off the ball if you're not alone. And call me a little biased. Go ahead. I don't care.
You're biased.
But the success of that play does come down to the timing of the throw, Kate. If you don't throw it on time to that exact spot, you run out of room, and you don't give yourself that kind of chance.
The Jaguars ready to send this downfield, and away it goes. Here's White on the return. They crush him right along the 20. That is where their offense is going to take over. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Right up the gut. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. The Dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here's the give on 3rd and short. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead, get what you need.
To throw here on 1st down. Oh no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who senses the need for a splash play and delivers.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Lawrence now off the play action. Throw wheeled in by Thomas. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that will set up 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. The Mets got it. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Now we'll see them try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Jaguars stretch their lead to 21. The Jaguars ready to send this downfield, and away it goes. Here's White on the return. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Jaguars are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4, he probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Hand off on 2nd and short. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Now Lawrence on the play fake. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. Looks like he came down on that sideline.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
The give here on second. And he's going to be taken down right around the 39. Only a yard from that time, so now 3rd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. Devin White makes the play. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
From the 43. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, and they pick him off again. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars take it away once again. The 5th time they've intercepted in this game. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. And the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Lawrence working from the gun. Throw left side, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down. Three quarters in the books from this one. The Jaguars have it as we start this 4th quarter, and they can probably go on cruise control pretty soon with that lead. First and 10, ball set up at the 48.
Hey, run! 30 left.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or 2.
Hey, Jupiter, take right open. Hey, I'm gun.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. Connecting on the slant. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He picks up 28 on the play. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
Rip, 23, 11. Hey, kill.
Now Lawrence. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
They're out to try and tack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Jaguars continue piling onto this lead.
Broncos 14.
The Jaguars ready to send this downfield, and away it goes. Here's White on the return. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That's Kincaid with a catch out left. And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Dialing up a pass here on 3rd down. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, and it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
Here he goes. Gonna have this on 4th down. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Motioning the tight end now.
13 Luke. Big 13 heavy.
They'll run it from the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Go, let's go.
Throwing now, off play action. That one's complete, right side. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10.
11.
Blown back to the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's able to rip off a chunk of red zone yardage to the 10. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Decent 24. 13 Luke. Here we go.
Lawrence looking to throw. And he scores. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars keep running away with this. Kicking unit comes out for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars grow their lead yet again. The Jaguars ready to send this downfield, and away it goes. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He's going to lob one deep down the left sideline. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. He'll get this complete to White. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. Working quickly here. Shotgun now on 3rd down. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Looking for his wide receiver there. So they're going to have to evaluate things now on 4th and short. Now it's a bootleg for him. Flushed out of the pocket. He connects downfield on 4. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
Second and 10 now. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Broncos trying to do some window dressing. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Let's go now.
Back to throw. Forced out to his right. Trying to push it. That one's caught at the 10-yard line. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. From the red zone now. And he's got it, so they'll pull a little ways back with the touchdown. The Broncos making the scoreboard look a touch better. And the Broncos offense isn't leaving the field. Looks like they're going to go for 2.
The Broncos will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He's throwing for it. Bails out of the pocket quick. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Dre Greenlaw picks it off. And the Jaguars will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season.
Jaguars 49, Broncos 20.
With time ticking away, they prepare for a must-get onside kick. And this is covered by the Jaguars. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Heavy. Bronco switch. Think right. Hey, kill.
Now a give running right. And this one doesn't go far. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Red on red. Silver.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. And the Jaguars sending out the field goal unit. It's from the right hash, 46 yards. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And they didn't even need those points when you look at how impressive that lead is.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They go play action here. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Trying to push it deep downfield. That's caught at the 25. And it won't matter in the end, but nevertheless, he's in for the late touchdown. The Broncos putting up points in a game decided. Broncos offense getting ready for another 2-point try. They send a tight end in motion. Throwing off the play fake here. He rolls to his right. And the call to go for it not rewarded as the pass falls incomplete. Don't look up the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And this is covered by the Jaguars. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
Oh, look at this. He's set up to throw. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Hey, run. Think right.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Throw reeled in by Thomas. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Clock working against him here as they hurry to that line. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. He beams one deep right side. They connect on the deep shot. And they strike for a touchdown on the final play of the game. They didn't need it, but they will take it anyway. The Jaguars continue piling it on here in the 4th.